So I like ESPN's idea of going out there and getting a big name player, going all in and getting someone to help out this team right now. But I don't know if I agree with going with Haason Reddick. So ESPN posted some trades that the teams could make for Haason Reddick. If you guys do not know Haason Reddick's situation, let me go ahead and break this down. He currently is looking for a humongous contract in order to go ahead and, actually play. Like, he won't play for the Jets right now because he has not gotten paid. And unlike Chase, who is playing and still waiting for a contract, Haason Reddick is not. Haason Reddick got traded to the Jets and said, I want a new contract. The Jets said, hey, we didn't work out a new deal. Haason Reddick said, bet, I'm not going to play for you. So, I don't know if we need that type of headache on our team, right now. Will we be able to even work out a contract with him? Who knows? I mean, the Jets couldn't, and I'm not saying we are the Jets, but at the same time, if one organization can't work out a contract with him, it's not a guarantee another one can. And especially with us, with our limited salary cap right now, we're going to have to pay Chase next season, it looks like. There's a potential we're going to have to try to work out something with T. Higgins, maybe. Like, I really don't think we're going to trade away, or trade for Haason Reddick. Now, this trade that you see on your screen right here is pretty much just the idea that the Jets are trying to get rid of him. They're trying to move on from him. They traded a third-round pick for him, and now that's not working out. They're, in theory, just trying to move on from him. But I don't know if, really, with the fact of all the issues going on right now with him refusing to play, ironically enough, I don't know if I would say he's worth more than a fourth-round pick. I think if he was under contract somewhat saying, okay, you can work with the contract, okay, I could see, you explaining why he'd be worth like a fourth-round pick. But a player plus a fourth-round pick, I don't know if that's going to be worth it with the fact you have to work a contract out for him. So you have to get a contract done, plus deal with the fact that he's not going to play until you do. Bengals don't work out contracts during the season. So here's the even more reason why it wouldn't make sense, is that we wouldn't work out a contract with him right now. So imagine we trade for someone, we don't work out a contract because that's our policy, and now he's not playing for the whole entire season. And there's a chance you might not work out a contract with him even going into next year. It would make no sense at all. Now, looking at this in another point of view, Tanner Hudson, right? Trust me, losing Tanner Hudson wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, I don't know if the Jets would be okay with this trade. Out of all the tight ends on our roster, I feel like if the Jets had any logic to them, Tanner Hudson would not be the guy that they're going after or would want. I would feel like if you want any tight end on the Bengals roster, and you're not going to get Mike Gesicki, you're not going to get Drew Sample, right? And you're not going to get Eric All because Eric All is young. Really, the guy that you would try to go for or try to kind of finesse would be Tanner McLaughlin. He's a 6th-round draft pick, so it's not like we put too much capital into him. He's a very good slot receiver / slot tight end. That's what he played in college. He's a very good vertical threat. And if you're trying to open up that Jets offense that really did not look good last week, you would probably go with Tanner McLaughlin, if anything. You're not going to go for Tanner Hudson, who's 30 years old in the down spurts of his career. And I'm not even saying anything based on what happened last week, because what happened last week happened. But at the same time, though, it makes no sense that the Jets would even want Tanner. I mean, if anything, go with a younger, want Tanner Hudson, not Tanner McLaughlin, because Tanner McLaughlin just has so much more upside than Tanner Hudson. So I think, in all honesty, this would be more just if this trade did happen, which again it wouldn't happen because we won't work out a contract with him, it would have to be like a 6th-round pick in 2025 and maybe Tanner McLaughlin. And then you get back Haason Reddick. But again, I just don't like this trade altogether. We don't need a trade for a big pass rusher. I don't believe we do. Okay. Unless his name is Myles Garrett or TJ Watt, we do not. Let me preface that statement. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, okay? We could. I don't want to definitely say we shouldn't, because it would be nice to have more pass rushers on this team, especially with last week's struggle fest. But I don't know if that's the smartest idea to get someone who not only, again, let's say take away his contract, take away the fact we had to pay him. Even if he did have a contract, if he was making, because pass rushers of his level are going to be making 20, 30 million a year, I don't know if we could reasonably go with that, with how much money he would cost and how much money a player at his level would cost. And, I joke all the time about the idea of trading for Justin Jefferson. And I do love that idea to trade for Justin Jefferson. But at the end of the day, logistically, salary cap wise, and team building wise, it's not a good idea. Right? And I might sit here and say, oh, I'd love that this happen. But I'm talking about that in a hypothetical world where salary cap is simply not important. But sadly, we live in a world that is reality, where, Chris Canty is an idiot. Sorry, just had to put that in there. Little side note, if you guys do not know, Chris Canty claims he's selling all the stock of the Bengals, and that he claimed Joe Burrow's best years are behind him. Yeah, he said we're not going to get anything better from Joe Burrow. Anyway, sorry. I just had to put that in there because he's an idiot. So add him to the receipt list, guys. Check, check, check. But yeah, I don't think this would happen. I really don't think it would happen. Again, if we're going to trade for anybody on this team right now, you're going to go out there and just get a big player. Now, obviously, Haason Reddick's more of just a pure pass rusher. I would probably... I'm thinking about which position I would go for. See, it's like... We have such a weird team. We have a team that I feel like is so solid and so almost complete that it's not like one player... let me think. I wouldn't go wide receiver, even though, yes, I know. It's funny. I wouldn't go tight end. I wouldn't go running back. Offensive line. See, I don't know if I would say offensive line, because I do feel like I was kind of overzealous on Trent Brown, and I got to give him another week to see what he can do. So I kind of have to chill in that Trent Brown stuff. But even then, we have Marius Mims behind him, so you're not going to go trade for a right tackle. Cordell Volson has looked really good last week, and if he continues it up, I wouldn't even say trade for a guard. I might trade for... See, if I had to make a trade, it wouldn't be a trade that would be like for like a crazy big trade here. I would trade for a backup. I wouldn't trade for like the best player ever. If you had to make a best player ever trade, I don't know if I would make one for this team, because I feel like I'd rather just take a couple really solid players who are starters / backups who can be reliable for us, over going out there and spending a crap ton of money or a crap ton of draft picks for someone who really, I don't know, is going to return, the investment, or it's going to be worth it in the end. I guess, yeah, I would say a run stuffer. If you could find a really good run stuffer to trade for. Because I really do like our linebacking unit, and I think if Moma gets some more playtime, he can be very successful with us in the run. We actually use Jordan Battle as a safety. I think that's fine. I think our secondary is okay. I think if we can get, Miles Murphy start getting going, Sam Hubbard get to the quarterback, Sheldon Rankins get to the quarterback, we can really get everything else to kind of fall into place. So I would say probably look toward, if you're going to make a humongous crazy trade, it would have to be for some type of run stuffer. I wouldn't even say a pass rusher. I would say a run stuffer. I think our bigger problems here is going to be the run game than the pass game. I know last week neither looked good, but I think I would probably go with someone who would be more reliant in the run game than in the pass game. Because you shut down the run, you make them one-dimensional, and then you just let your guys eat. And I think that would be better, in all honesty. But I don't know. Anyway, though, going a little bit to the other ones here, the Jets, like, see, look, the Jets get Devontae Adams for Haason Reddick in a 6th. How is this even okay, never mind. Oh, wow, you're doing a 3-way trade. George, Allen Lazard in a 5th, and New York's 2nd. And then you're trading that to the Jets to trade to, bruh. ESPN, bro. You're going off script. You're going off script right now, bro. These we're talking about, like, all these other trades are insanely crazy. Like Buda Baker, right? For Haason Reddick. And then you got our trade. 30-year-old tight end and a 4th round pick. Bro, you shouldn't put us on the same page as that, bro. That's a mismatch right there. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.